Hey, this is a Snap-on truck we bought and converted to, or set it up for a service truck, which ended up being way too big. So with the lift gate down especially, that was what really got me. So I ended up buying a F550. Anyways, this is a Snap-on truck, big truck. It'd be good for somebody that does some commercial work, big projects. You carry a lot. Food service truck. Many uses, but not good for close quarters residential, that's for sure. It's big. Hasn't been started in a while. Starts right up. Backup camera. A bunch of controls up here that control all the extras in here. Got an alarm system, which is not programmed now, evidently, from the guy I bought it from. Anyways, look under the hood. Engine was replaced just before I bought it with a used engine. All kinds of leads up in here. But it is a V10 gas engine. And I got it and drove it from West Virginia up in the hills back to Michigan. The guy that replaced the engine, I asked him how many miles was on it. He said he didn't know, but it was definitely less than what was originally on here, which right now it has 200,000 229.1 miles. So, but there's a main AC control panel with a converter, and has a onshore plug-in, which you plug it in right there, and it charges everything in the unit. So if you're not using it for quite a while, you definitely want to do that, otherwise it'll drain down. It's got some of the old Snap-on shelving in here still. Cabinet. There's plugs, and this thing is separated with different plugs. This one's for low power, like a computer and stuff like that. It's got 12 volt power right here. I'm not sure, that must have been for the video machine they had. It went to the back at one point, I think. There is a control. I don't know if you're gonna be able to see that. Anyways, a control that powers up the inverter. It has a generator. So it's got power off the batteries for inverter, and then it has a generator, an Owen generator right here that runs off a separate diesel tank. And there's the fill for the diesel, and that runs the generator and the rear heater. And let me get the lights on so we can actually see. Oh, wrong one. Okay. So back here, this powers the heater, which is a diesel heater that runs off that vent down there. Then there is the onshore and the generator, and the inverter. And the onshore, so when we have it plugged in, like I showed you outside, on the onshore plug-in, these plugs will be live, and you can run pretty much anything off of those that you have plugged in on that. When you're running the generator, I'm not sure, I think it was a 3200 watt that's on it, so you're going to be limited to that a little bit. But that way, if you're out on a site, you can actually kick the generator on, and these plugs will plug. The inverter plugs in here, runs off 4 AGM batteries, which are down here underneath this built in. There's 4 AGM batteries. Those are all brand new. I just bought those about a year ago when I first got the truck, setting it up, and replaced them. It was like $1,000 just to replace those. But that will run inverter power, which is going to be, of course, limited compared to what the generator onshore would do. But it does give you something to run some power off of if you're out in the middle of nowhere and don't want to use a generator or whatever. There is lighting underneath the shelves. Let's see. Shelf lights. Now one side, you can see lighting underneath there for the shelves. But this side did work. I pulled these out when I put my bins in to do for our plumbing truck, and when I put them back in, for some reason those aren't working. Not sure what happened on that, but there's a wire that comes out the wall. It might be a fuse somewhere or whatever, I don't know. Anyways, then let's see what else. These drawers, of course, I don't know if you're doing it for construction things, you're going to be leaving these in or not, but they slide out. These are solid, except for some under here. Of course, cabinet. This is a brand new plug for the lift gate, which I'm going to show, so I might as well pull that out. I'll show how the generator works, but first I got to unplug the onshore. You can't use the generator and the onshore at the same time. Okay, and then you just hit start. The generator is on and running. You hear it right out here. And that now powers those plugs off the generator. So I'm going to shut it back off. Okay. And let me, where the inverter and everything is. Over here, I don't know if you're going to be able to see it or not. Try and turn the light on. I don't know if I can or not. There we go. That has the onshore charging, the inverter right there, which I replaced. And there's an isolator block that was replaced. And I don't remember if I replaced the actual onshore or not. I thought I did, but I'm not sure, so I won't say that for sure. But I definitely replaced this, and I replaced the inverter itself. I was having some issues with it when I first got it, so I just went ahead and replaced it all. And said I was planning on this being our service truck, and I wanted to be able to run out in the field and have power when I needed it, but so sad it was too big for me. It fit my pipe really nicely, just too big with the lift gate. Wholesaler that I deal with, I couldn't even got this thing in the parking lot to pick up pipe without blocking their whole parking lot, so that's why I changed and bought a different truck. See if I got to back my other one up to do this. I'm not sure. This plug right here is brand new. When I bought it, it did not come with one. They lost it or something. So I bought this brand new, and that just hangs up right there. Now when you go to open this, this has locks. So you have to click that bar like that. Then you come over and click this one. So I can get a good picture of it. Now with it clicked like that, it'll let it lift. It's a lock they have for it. do I have here? Okay, what's going on? There we go. Okay. Okay, now that's up. Just grab this and pull it down. Oh, barely fits with the truck. Sitting here. But that is the lift gate I was talking about. It just makes it longer, which, as you can see, the whole length of the truck with that lift gate down is pretty long. It's like 31 feet or something like that. Anyways, then if you're bringing up a lot of heavy stuff, it has a ramp. Well, I'm not going to pull it, but you pull this pin right here. Yeah, it was already loose. Bring that down, and that gives you that extra ramp distance to go up. Anyways. Okay, so that's that. I'll put this thing back up. Got a bunch of leaves that fall down there. Okay, now when you lower this, you'll see it will click right in. Now it won't go up until you flip this lever again. It locks it in. Nice dreary rainy day in Michigan here. Okay, so put this back. Okay, I think that was about it. But as you see, beautiful condition. This is a solid truck. I mean, this thing is built. It's it's in here in a storm. Big storm came through, and man, I'll tell you what, I felt safer in here than I would have been in my house. This thing is just built. And I went to put a light bar in up on top here, and see a couple screw holes that are broke off there. They had hardened screws, and for some reason, man, they just snapped right off. I mean, this thing is built. But built by LDV. They are known for custom work. They do ambulances and fire trucks and all kinds of stuff like that. And of course, Snap-On. But this is plate. This is it says Utilimaster. It's actually a Workhorse. It's a GMC frame. Yeah, that's, I think, pretty much it. Oh, AC unit here, and our vents, and then it's got another AC on top for the back. As I said, heat in the bottom down there. That does not kick out a lot of heat though. I was out here working on it in the winter right after I got it, and that thing does heat up over time, but it takes quite a while. It's a small heater, but the heat up front worked good. But radio system, which I don't know if anybody cares about that, but it does have speakers in the back there, and it runs the sound system throughout. Has electronic locks, but they do not work, and I never figured out if it's fuse issue or what's going, but when you hit it, it doesn't really do anything. So I don't know if, but you can see them right there. They're electronic, but I never got that far to check into those. I was going to, just never, like I said, after changing my mind, getting a different truck, I kind of stopped at that point. Did a lot of stuff on this though. Trying to prep it and get it ready for us. There's lights, extra lights. The lights up front, you can turn these off on each side. Another one here, which I think needs a, I don't know what that one's on, but there's a lot of, you got a fan up front. This was for, they had the monitor in the back at that one point, which is not there now, but if you wanted to add a TV monitor or computer monitor, whatever, I guess that's what that's for. There's a lot of stuff on here I don't know what some of this stuff is for. This is the front air, which keeps this one on. Dome light. Step override. I could not get the step to work. That step, it's on the very side. It slides out and in, kind of like a motorhome. Could not get that going. I thought it was more troublesome to use anyways. It's easier just to step up. But anyways, that's pretty much the gist of it. I'll take a picture outside and go all the way around, just so you can get a good view of what the truck is again one last time. But sounds like we've got a belt squeaking a little bit. No, I was going to check the tires too. I'll get that. Tires, front tires, need to be replaced. She's got a pretty good shimmy. Not drastic, but it definitely needs new tires. I had new leaf springs put on, or extra leaf springs to add the weight because I was going to carry a lot. And see, that center one there was added. I had that added. Rear tires are pretty good. All 4 of them. Anyways, I had the leaf springs added, and then I don't know if I can see those bellows, because it has a little bit of tail wag, and tail wag is when you're driving, hitting a certain speed, you're going around a corner, it kind of wants to, it feels like the back end's wobbling on you back and forth a little bit, but I think it's actually the front. I spent like probably about $1,400-1,500 having the leafs and those bellows put on, and I still had it. And then they told me that I should replace the tires first, that they think some of it's coming from these tires, but I might need to add, see how far that is on those bellows off the ground. Then I might need to have the bellows put on the front like I had on the back, and those were like $500. But if that was done, I think it would completely get rid of the shimmy, the tail wag, I mean. But yeah, this thing's really good condition, heavy built. Truck, the best I could tell in talking to LDV, this thing's probably worth about $18,000. And I've got 11.5 into it. I'm just trying to get my money back since I bought another truck, and just get my money back for it. But if I do end up putting it on, if I do end up putting it on LDV's website, I probably would get more, but just trying to get it out of the way. As you can tell, we have quite a bit sitting here. I got my big truck here. I got another one there that I got to sell, and got another van up top there. Time to make some space. But anyways, that's pretty much it. So hope you enjoyed the video. Any questions, give me a shout.